Is Whistler Bike Park really worth every penny? That's exactly what we're gonna find out in this video and give you a clear answer. I've been to a lot of different bike parks. Let's go! But none of them even come close to what I experienced at Whistler Bike Park. Located in Whistler, Canada, this is hands down the most sought after bike park in the world. Why? Because of its scale, the variety, and honestly, the whole experience felt like it was on another level. No matter how long you've been into mountain biking, there's no chance you haven't seen or heard of Whistler Bike Park before. I've been seeing videos about Whistler since I was a kid, and I've always wanted to go. But living 2,482 miles away put that dream on hold. But I'm finally old enough to take the travels on by myself, so it's go time. A trip like this definitely is not cheap. Flights, food, gas, bike park tickets, which can hit like $200 a day, plus Airbnbs or hotels. It adds up fast. So here's the real question. Is Whistler Bike Park really worth every penny? We're breaking it all down into 4 categories. Category number 1, trails and terrain, covering the variety, scale, and quality of trails, from A-line to dirt merchant to tech like Original Sin. Plus, one thing I've always heard about Whistler is the braking bumps are so bad, so we'll include maintenance as well. Category number 2 is experience and infrastructure, where I showcase the vibe, how nice the lifts are the trails set up good, is the mapping great, and overall how welcoming it is for your first experience. Category number 3 will be cost and value. This is a big one, where I break down everything and decide whether it's worth it compared to the cost of riding at other bike parks and what you get in return. And the final one will be how it compares to other parks, where I use my experience at places like Windrock, Snowshoe, Howler, or Coast Gravity Park to compare trail quality, progression, size, vibe, and overall the value. Why does Whistler stand above, or where do other parks shine? And at the end of this video, I'm going to be breaking down how much this trip was for me, and giving you hacks and tips to save money if you come to Whistler. So stay tuned. But first, we've got to get there. Time to pack up my 9er WFO into a bike bag, plus cram everything else I own into just 3 bags. After a 4:30 wake up, 2 plane rides, and hauling these huge bags around in the airport, plus a 2-hour drive from Vancouver to Whistler, I finally made it. And so far, this trip has been absolutely beautiful. We made it to the Airbnb and checked in. It was super nice, and the coolest part was how close our Airbnb was to Creekside Lift. It was about a 3-minute bike ride, but I was wrecked from a day of traveling, so it was time to hit the sack. My first impressions when I woke up was unreal. Just riding from the Airbnb to the lift, everything was so freaking nice. Whistler has 5 chairlifts that bring bikers to different points on the mountain. But first we went up the Creekside Lift, which brings us only halfway up the mountain. For our first lap, we didn't want to do anything too crazy.
It's my first lap, so I'm not gonna go super up.
And just so happened, Darko Clothing invited me on a party train down Crank It Up. There was a huge crew of us, which was so sick. So let's drop in for my first ever lap at Whistler Bike Park.
Oh, here we go. The iconic wall ride. Oh, the bike feels good. Oh. Yeah, guys. Dude, this is sick. Okay, this is sick. Ah, you're good, bro. Yeah, guys. Manny, Shrub. Nope. No Shrub. Yeah, boy. First lap at Whistler. Check.
After hitting that trail, it brought us down to the Fitzsimmons Zone, which is the most popular bike lift at the village of Whistler. From there, we took 2 separate lifts to get to the top of the Garbanzo Zone, which is over 8,000 foot of elevation.
Let's go. It's gonna be sick. It is so much cooler up here. So beautiful.
After taking in the absolutely breathtaking views, I decided to hit a tech trail called Original Sin. This might get rowdy, so buckle up.
Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, Jake. Oh, frick. Oh, what the heck? Am I on the right? Yep. Oh my gosh. That was gnarly. If I remember correctly. Our brakes are squealing for mercy. Oh man. Oh, this is so sick. Oh. But yeah, after 6 days, hold up, I need to focus. After 6 days here, my bike is definitely taking a bit of a beating. Back wheel has been kind of a pain. Oh, and then my brakes are kind of giving out a little bit. I think they need to be re-black. Oh, here's this gnarly roll. Oh.
After all of that descending, we're only halfway down the mountain, which is the top of Fitzsimmons Zone. And guess what? That's where A-line starts, so of course we have to rip an A-line lap.
Yeah, boy. All right, so we're hitting upper B-line. Then we're gonna cut off up here onto some other trail. I don't really know the name. Ninja Cougar, which I believe this takes you into A-line. Yeah. Oh, huge. Whoa, so deep. Little ET switch gears in the air on that one. Boink. Manual, double. Here's the tombstone. Yeah.
So far, these trails are absolutely unreal. I'm actually spending 10 days here at Whistler, but you clicked on this video to find out if Whistler is really worth the money. So I'll save you from my traditional mountain bike vlog content and get straight into what you're watching this video for. But I will have a video coming out around the trip and riding, so subscribe so you don't miss that. But first, let's hear from today's sponsor. If you didn't already know, I ride for Niner Bicycles. The bike I'm riding in this video is my Niner WFO. It's a 29er that has 180-170 millimeters of travel. And honestly, it handled Whistler perfect. So yeah, that probably answers your question if you had it. Can you only ride Whistler on a downhill bike? Well, no, my enduro bike handled it perfect. And if I had to, I would even consider riding my Niner Rip 9, which is a 150-140 travel trail bike. So if you only have a trail or enduro bike, you're fine at Whistler as well. Thank you, Niner, and let's get back into the video. Let's get into category 1, trails and terrain. My impression from riding Whistler bike park for over a week is it's insane. Whistler has everything, from flow trails like A-Line that felt like a roller coaster to massive cinders like Crabapple Hits. And of course gnarly tech trails as well like Original Sin. The terrain is wild as well. well. You can find near vertical rock slabs all the way to insane flow trails. And the dirt is so perfect. A couple of days we were here, it rained all day, but that didn't change anything. Yes, the rocks did get a little slick, but even in the wet, the dirt wasn't very sticky. All the trails rode super good and the drainage was phenomenal. You don't just get a handful of trails. The park has over 80 miles of downhill trails. Variety like nowhere else in the world. Most bike parks have their own unique style. Some known for only tech like Windrock, others known for jump lines and flow like Jared's place. Whistler seriously has it all. Whatever you want, you can find multiple trails of it. Now, the rumors are true. The braking bumps are brutal, but honestly, it's just part of the Whistler experience. And the maintenance crew does a solid job keeping the trails rideable considering how many people shred here every day. The score for trails and terrain is a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. The only thing they could improve on is the braking bumps and chewed up sections. But if you come to Whistler, you already know you're gonna get terrible arm pump.
Oh, my hands.
Now let's head into category 2, experience and infrastructure. Whistler Bike Park definitely stands out here. They have everything you could ever want. Here's what stood out to me. The lifts are dialed and there are little to no lines. When you're riding, everything is clearly marked and the trail maps are pretty easy to understand. Only took a couple wrong turns during the whole week. They've got bike washes when you have those muddy days. They weren't as nice as I've seen at other bike parks like Howler, but they worked good enough. I actually blew my wheel out when I was riding and I didn't bring a spare, so I had to find one quickly. Lucky enough, Whistler has 19 bike shops and at least one of them will have what you're looking for. Also, here's another hack for you. There are a lot of mountain bikers that live in or around Whistler, so if you're trying to find a part for cheap, Facebook Marketplace will be your friend. The village has a lot of tasty restaurants. One thing that was kind of annoying, there weren't any great grocery stores in Whistler, like Walmart or big markets, so I'm gonna dock a point for that. Leaving the score for experience and infrastructure at a 9 out of 10. Whistler is far from cheap, but if you do it right, you can save a lot of cash. So let's talk about category 3, cost and value. This is definitely a tough one. Lift tickets here alone are around $100 a day depending when you're at the bike park. That's near double what a normal bike park charges. And let's say you're riding a week here at Whistler, that's $700. It adds up super fast. Lodging isn't cheap either. Food in the Whistler Village, you better bring your wallet. We found a place called Whistler Samurai Bowl, and you could get full off of $10 here. It was very tasty as well. But here's the thing, you're not paying for just a bike park ticket, you're paying for the Whistler experience. Compared to US bike parks like Windrock, Snowshoe, or even Trestle Bike Park, Whistler is expensive, yes, but you're getting more trails, more variety, and a once-in-a-lifetime vibe. But they do get you for like everything here. Parking, bus shuttles, I even somehow bought a cup of water for $3. But I would totally say it's worth it. The overall score for cost and value is an 8 out of 10. I know if Whistler wanted to, they could charge more, so I'm gonna be happy with that. Now let's head into the 4th and final category. How does Whistler compare to other bike parks? Like I said, I've ridden a lot of different bike parks. Windrock, Snowshoe, Howler, Coast Gravity, they're all awesome in their own way. But Whistler is different. It's bigger, more iconic, and the progression here is unmatched. No matter what level you are, there's something for you. Other bike parks might beat it on affordability, smoother trails, less traffic, but nothing else has the same energy as Whistler. The scale and trail variety is actually mind-blowing. Before I went to Whistler, I heard the lift lines were bad, but I was here on the busiest week of the year and I didn't even have to wait over 5 minutes. Another thing people question about Whistler is, will it be over my head? If this makes you feel better, my friend's girlfriend has been riding for 5 months and she rode all 7 days with us and didn't have any bad crashes. So you don't have any excuse. In my opinion, Whistler doesn't really compare to any bike parks that I've been to at least. It's totally on its own level. So to answer the question, is Whistler Bike Park really worth every penny? For me, yes, 100%. Between the legendary trails, the unreal vibe, and the fact that you're literally riding the most famous bike park in the world, it's worth the cost, the travel, and every ounce of effort to get here. If you're a mountain biker, pat yourself on the back. You owe it to yourself to go ride Whistler at least once in your life. I told you that I would break down the final cost for my trip and show you how to save money if you come to Whistler. So here it is. After spending 10 full days in Whistler, my total trip cost came out to around $4,500. Here's the breakdown. My Airbnb was $2,400 for 10 days. Definitely the biggest chunk. A round trip flight was around $500. Bike park tickets were $850 for 7 days of riding. The next big cost was food. I spent $373 over those 10 days. Mostly cooking and the occasional restaurant stop. So yeah, $4,500 is not a small amount, but the good news is you can do it for way less. If I had to spend a week in Whistler and consider all the expenses, I think I could do it for around $2,000 for sure. I would drive there myself and camp on the Crown Land, which is free camping. And Whistler actually has showers you can use, so you don't gotta worry about that. Another way to save is buying groceries and cooking yourself instead of eating out. Also, book everything in advance online. Usually it's cheaper and you can find discount codes. If you're smart about it, you could realistically visit Whistler for around $2,000 to $2,500 depending on where you live. Could be cheaper, it could be way more expensive. But it just depends on how far the travels will be for you. The biggest expense for me would be gas getting there and then getting back. But honestly, that's a small price to pay for the experience you get. So I get this question all the time. Is Whistler overhyped? Was it really worth the travels? And honestly, I'd have to say 100% yes. It is not overhyped at all, and I'm totally gonna go back. Hopefully you learned something from watching this video about Whistler Bike Park or any questions you had. If you still have a question about the bike park or my bike or really anything, just drop it down in the comments below and I'll try to reply to it. But yeah, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button. It will really help me out. If you like this video, go onto my channel, maybe check out some more of my videos. They're pretty sick as well. If you want to keep an eye out, I'll have some more Whistler content coming soon and some content around other bike parks as well that I've gone to in the past couple months. So stay tuned for that. And as always, don't forget, shred till you're dead.